Abusia Enra ana acting chief justice his lordship justice Baffoe okopie mu ewo vetting ase na ehonom no eno de ensemfuo bi ekoto dwa na ise efa Ataa Ayi ho ene ne sentence a ode ma no na eno na comedians agana for so wo de se sa pa na justice Baffoe akapa de ene unqualified man chief justice Debbie ewo Ghana hadmo Debbie unqualified because Ghana for na clash with Justice Baffoe me ma nchire bu no akire wadwen ama me comment section aha yi Penyah block media me so say any demo or be like video no other about subscribe button so na back like notification and latest updates and actually wadwen da ama me comment section that's also about so no share for so anya be ahwe it is somewhere in the 90s ever 2000s anymore no. Now there's one notorious armed robber and a friend Ataa Ayi Ataa Ayi obi atini din na odwane bi se na Ataa Ayi no ho ahene pa jeze na ne ho ahene woye wild man Ataa Ayi jeze woye kromfotachiam wa armed robber and because of that cry no ye dey abatu dini so bi wi adaga say akodo woye Ataa Ayi say obe wi asisi udi agora obe wi asisi e wagadere ban obe twon abra o gwa ankro fa so etwen adini feel when oye kromfo pa yi na Ataa Ayi eye kromfo Emma in the year 2005 and about say Ataa Ayi no aban ensa kan the police for ensa aka Ataa Ayi ama yedin ekogina emra no anim na busia out of nowhere enra no ana obaka say yeyi Gertrude talk no every one as chief justice no Mama I appointed Baffoe as an acting chief justice I say after vetting no this opasia wabeye chief justice appointed but now there he's an acting and that's the chief justice designate it enra committee vetting committee as na afenyomakin ewomu Mahama Yariga ewomu any other prominent politicians or my concrete Ghana omu hono bi na enra no at the vetting no and his lordship justice Baffoe you busa the question be ever Ataa Ayi any the sentence on them because Ataa Ayi 70 years you busa say identical na Ataa Ayi no one man about 30 years be and then finish bia e wo from kakra na or come out 70 years wey any semo a Baffoe e kan enra
are some people in the prisons who have been granted bail actually they have been granted bail but they are still there because they can't meet the bail conditions. And not that the bail conditions are too high. Sometimes they are too high. But in most cases, they are not. In so many cases, they are not. And so you find somebody in prison, somebody on remand, who has been on remand for 5 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and those of us outside will say, if this man had even pleaded guilty and he had been convicted, he would have spent only 3 years. But because he pleaded not guilty, he's on remand, and his case is not being tried, and he has spent 5 years. But that is not the fault of the judge. If you appear before the judge and you say you are not guilty, you are not guilty. The judge says you are released on bail. But there are some people, unless you say they should sign their own bail bond, they can't get anybody to come and bail them. Unless you release them on their own self-recognizance, they will not get anybody to come and bail them. I mean, there are some of them, and as a judge, we have conditions to grant bail. The main condition a judge looks at is this man I'm releasing on bail. Is he likely to come and stand trial? The person who is making efforts to run away because he has gone to see some foreign embassies to seek asylum, he's trying to run away already. The man has been granted bail once and he didn't appear. And so if a judge decides that, no, a person like that, I'm not going to grant to bail, it doesn't matter the offense that the person has committed. The judge may not grant bail. But even if the judge wants to grant bail, he will not give you bail on self-recognizance. So persons like that, they will not get people to stand surety for them, and they will be there. So, while admitting that there are some people who shouldn't be there are also some people who are there because they have to be there. And honorable, we are always talking about a bunch of plantains, a crate of eggs. My mother is a Catholic, was a Catholic. I always tell this story. My mother was a Catholic. And you know, these old ladies, how when they said, in my time, the Catholic priest was a white person. So at the end of the year, my mother wants to go and then harvest a particular plantain that he has nurtured over the year. My mother was going to the farm every morning with a bent back. This young man was sitting under the shady tree. In our place, we call it in Penyah, playing draft. Every day, my mother passed by him to go to the farm. Now, 1 year on, it is time for harvest. My mother wants to go and harvest the plantain to come and give to the reverend minister, the white priest, who speaks Latin. And then this young man has gone there. And you know, when they go there, they don't cut the plantain. They move it from the top. So my mother will walk all the way to the place before realizing that the plantain has been harvested. We sit in Accra here. When a magistrate at Gosu decides to send the boy to prison for 3 years, we sit in Accra here and say, the man stole only a bunch of plantains. Do you know what it means what the bunch of plantain means to my mother? It's like stealing your car. You see? So, I mean, there are so many reasons. The magistrates and the judge, they are trained. They have this, the sentencing guidelines. They have them. But sometimes they have to go beyond it. In my youthful days, I gave somebody 70 years. Ataa Ayi, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Ataa Ayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family he will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I'll be dead and gone. So you see, then we are thinking about community service. Yes, there are some people who, if you give 3 years, 4 years, touch wood, if I am convicted and sentenced to 4 years in prison at Insawam, I may not eat prison food for even a day. I will have some people bring food to me. So if you want to make me feel the prison punishment, prison sentence, then maybe you should order me to go and do community service. Maybe around the place where I stole, around the courts, that they'll see me. Because punishments are not only for the person, the victim, or the person being punished, but to deter other people. So community sentences should be introduced. But that one is in your bosom. It's a law. That one will have to be taken up by you.
What's the next? Oh, protect you only in the family. I say, oh, I tell you, so man, 30 years, I tell you, Echo Traba, I tell you, if you know, and quite any movie as 30 years a day, and you likely say, oh, bet number 2 or no Baffoe Bonnie, no, I was a serious, a January. So man, 30 years, I tell you, about Obiba Betchinabukuno. A January, man, 70 years. After 70 years, when I tell you, enya nuhu enya adwen sachra na wanse sanu so pese be kro no adwuma bi mu a ene omra de na se ono no Baffoe Bonnie no for sure na wawuko eje de atai be na chire bia no enye na sem we ene sem a eno an okan there's a whole and some more Baffoe boni eka no a as chief justice who kakra so deep. This is personal interest over law. What I say? Just say one way asɛm na yes bɔne yɛsɛ Ataa Ayi di one way the case before him enye case no na ɔwei na emom no o protect ɔno ne family ɔno ne ho na ɔbɔ ne ho ban and obiara yɛ bi but the fact sɛ ɔkama ne pia bɔntene sɛ abɛyɛ sɛ enye mmara no na ɔde bu man enye mmara no mom na ɔde yɛ adwuma enye asɛm no sɛdeɛ emu duro si tie no ɛna ɔhwɛ so ɛde ama judgment na emom no ɛyɛ interest bi ana o protect here ɛno na comedians agana for say ɛhen ne ha sɛnsɛn we pa na Baffoe boni aka de a ɛne justice for Ataa Ayi lawyer Baffoe boni justice Baffoe boni ɔne Ataa Ayi ɛni ne yie etimi de calling for justice for Ataa Ayi
Order for my nyina yemom ka say justice for Ataa Ayi. I enti na make say Ataa Ayi justice for Ataa Ayi. Yen nyina yenim abrante ya oda top dodo na ye frɛ no Ataa Ayi ana yen nyina yenim say ye frɛ no Ataa Ayi. I na oye notorious criminal ebia ye jeri no 70 years. Ene judge obe jeri Ataa Ayi aba be kasa. Wa be kire die entia o jeri Ataa Ayi. What I say, Jaja, Ojeli Ataa Ayi, Emma Ataa Ayi 70 years no, Wababa be chim, the entia, Ojeli Ataa Ayi allegedly. Order for Yabako and Sam so a edienti, so unim Ataa Ayi and Krana Omio 2000 born in 2001, 2004 in the moon, no. Now or your criminal be or your notorious kakra, no hard drink kakra, and na ye be jeli no. Ye jerin be 70 years ye didn't cry de ebu be o ma mi sorry cry otimi ka kira say wo kro no say Ataa Ayi an ono na sem ana entokwa hene me ba be kan ene say judge ya wo jeli Ataa Ayi 70 years no obekasa no say na osuro say obema Ataa Ayi 30 years na 30 years no enche Ataa Ayi betima atwa 30 years no aba ai osuro sa Ataa Ayi betwa 30 years no abantem na oba onya obia se wanhwa onu na buso na obetimi attack ne first because na Ataa Ayi obia ne hu den time ne pa entina osuro se obede obejeri Ataa Ayi 30 years no kwa ba sesia aba attack na busua because na Ataa Ayi omususu se ne trimu ye dey ending na odofo ebio de mekan se we mebisa se we na eye judge no a self-interest and I say ne self-interest in Tino di jelly abranti. Aye. Because Ghana won't mean for self-interest and jelly will be sa say no cressa de metitino and a cra enka eya enka justice kakra yemfama Ataa Ayi na nka nyinim lafie because na sa yes no to me my dream it could be say a bia na on deserve by ohenchiremu a allegedly did that one thing say Baffoe boni woye acting chief justice ntina mi bisa say wo selfish interest inti ana we dey o ma abrante Ataa Ayi ekoda mu se ya we dey misremu munyino na mo mpeka nya dey e man no meka nipa ho sorry misumso meka ye ho chire me bokura afu we eya dusuade ma akromfo na mo de mo practice no on say Ataa Ayi ye di ni bube wo so e bia be duru baby wa nya akro no a ye de wo e be bube chire me bokura afu wo jere obi 30 years
Memo akwa ba me platform so. Eye enura. Eye disputed Chief Justice. Yewura Baffoe boni. I make some statement bi. Abere enura omo vetting no. E wo vetting committee so. Say o sentence Ataa Ayi ye konfotachi amoa Ataa Ayi 70 years. If you say na esen ko man 30 years but so man 30 years and Ataa Ayi ba obeba and only first person and Ataa Ayi ba be attack no ne nabusuafo it will man 70 years na me hwe edemo committee members omo ana titi nachi na omo nyina dafam na omo sere hwe ma menka sembi mu ana mo wode ho ana mo sere no mu ye nim ku asefo because that sensitive statement we are obi a oba be chief justice ye hwe yewura Baffoe boni a waye lawyer abe circuit court judge
appeal court judge arise ya ba do Supreme Court or a judge na okasa asem we na mo nyina mo tete dem ho esere na mbese bi busa se wo se enu se Ataa Ayi entwa 70 years ne mra obeba na wo wawu no na wo yire oma ene wo nananom no omo so bewu aka ho bi akwa na eya sema mi busa wo me gina hayi nam enye enura na me nim judge krompo a wo sentence Ataa Ayi enye enura wo na wo ka na me nim judge krompo a wo sentence Ataa Ayi na Ataa Ayi ne so mama nka se mi chew ni ye nyina nim se Ataa Ayi na ye gang na no no mo ye adwuma ubede hu se gang ne kwa na Ataa Ayi ne mo ye adwuma omo awu anase achechi omo nyina etiene enura sa asem wo ya wo ka yi unim se ne nkofo ne bi kwa betima ba attack o eti sa asem wo ya na ehu a na ehia ene sei wo di sa asem wo ya egu the entire judicial area ewo my God wo di egu sa monimu ase oba be chief justice o eti sa statement wo ya wo make ye enura no wan kasa no utatwe ho na so sa ko hate sa video no wan kasa te osan etina me madika ka say ye justices any chief justice ni ye lawyer ye judges e wo my God mu no omo mfa ene emre wo my God mu na ye adwuma o omo di omo boso ye do ko gire nanimu a me no wasem woni me ba bi wasem woni me nua bi ana woni mabusuani bi wasem eno so na original dia sentence o na emu nya mre wo my God mu dabi omo nyusu wo my God mu mrada na me hwe up to date unhu say even judicial no kura twi wo ho afiri sa asem no ho ensem twerefo wo my God mu lawyer for mpanyimfo e wo my God mu obi e hwe sa statement we a wo make it a ridiculous statement we obi e hwe ene esre to obi esre e ya wura hosem enu am hu sasem na me wura ho se chief justice obi a ye ve to am abe chief justice wo my God mu kasa asem we e ya nim guase ye my Ghana o my Ghana e ya wura hosem o my Ghana e ya wura hosem na ye nim guase ma ye judicial no e wo my Ghana mu sa asem we chief justice wakan na me hwe se mo bagina tum ana mo nyine ntu ye nyina wo my Ghana mu me do bibia ase oba so no ahia ma anu aso TV.
Hey guy man, so if you are in Ghana, you probably know Ataa Ayi. The judge who actually sentenced Ataa Ayi into prison for 70 years have finally came out and spoken the reason why he sentenced him into that 70 years. This is what he said. Watch the video.
I gave somebody 70 years. Ataa Ayi, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Ataa Ayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family he will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I'll be dead and gone.
This is very wrong. How will you say this is the reason why you sentence someone into prison for 70 years? So you are only thinking about you yourself, not even your family. So after Ataa Ayi served this 70 years in prison and comes back and want to retaliate on you, and you are dead and gone, so your family is going to still be at risk. So what are you saying? This is not right at all. You don't sentence somebody into prison for 70 years because you fear for your life. Just put justice where it's supposed to be. Ataa Ayi deserves to be 70 years served. Let him go for 70 years. If it's 10 years, let him go for 10 years. Don't think about yourself. And see, everybody was laughing. Very wrong. Kindly follow the page, like this video, comment, and repost. Peace.
A lawyer now ojeli Ataa Ayi for 70 years, Waba beka the reason why intia or man is jail no. Eye Justice Baffoe, former Chief Justice, or say the reason why intia ojeli Ataa Ayi 70 years no is because of say or say na usro enunti no ma Ataa Ayi 70 years no because for the 70 years no by the time Ataa Ayi bekwa kutwaba no na ono da lawyer no wawu na onti ase or say imagine say wa ma Ataa Ayi 20 years and ase 30 years for that one no Ataa Ayi bekwa kutwaba na say Ataa Ayi kutwaba one ne ma eno mo ho be kire omo because Ataa Ayi betima attack omo enunti na o ma Ataa Ayi 70 years no for the 70 years ne de Ataa Ayi bekwa kutwaba no na ono da lawyer no wawu na onti ase na make home tell me say na won't ase no ma ne You find say 70 years na Ataa Ayi akwa aba. O lawyer no won't ase na wo man so e. O man a wo se wo bo mo ho ban no. Enu nti na wo ma Ataa Ayi 70 years no. Se wo be kwa agya wo mu. Na se wo kɔ na se wo man no so ho e. Se no so betima attack wo.
O ka say nipa bɔne fo nko an egu jail. Obi wo ho ana asɛm o de pa ba oni kamafo. Hey, 30 years near about 70. Na wa dwene ho a bɛboa. O dwene na busuafo ho. Enya asɛm na aba no na o dwene ho. Justice for Ataa Ayi. Justice for Ataa Ayi.
Imagine say judge be ajeje unue bi and wadamfo bi 70 years just because na osuro so one ba 30 years nipa ne ba obetumi aba bedi ne bone say and a chief justice just the body and the two judge for Ataa Ayi case no
In my youthful days, I gave somebody 70 years. Ataa Ayi, I gave him 70 years. And what I told myself was that if Ataa Ayi was given 30 years and he comes back, my family will be the first family he will attack. So by the time he comes back after 70 years, I'll be dead and gone.
Guys, Chief Justice nominated a year Justice Baffoe say Oma Ataa Ayi 70 years because now Osuro says or money 30 years obetumi aba be any baby 70 years they himself be background now is why then now we. So the question is now Ataa Ayi deserve 70 years na answer the man based on no emotions and I say the now no do only safety no man is years na we Asɛm sebe
Ubet ma kyerɛ wa adwen ama me. Ewo comment section. Aha yi Penyah Media. Accra.